Today's story comes from the December 17th, 1943 edition of the Young Catholic Messenger. Saint Aloysius, prankster, patron of youth, soldier, and saint. On March 9th, 1568, at the Gonzaga Castle near Mantua in Lombardy, Italy, Aloysius Gonzaga was born. His father was Ferdinand Gonzaga, the Marquis of Castiglione, and Prince of the Holy Roman Empire. Young Aloysius was determined to become a soldier. On his 4th birthday, his father gave him a whole army of tin soldiers. He staged many battles on the nursery floor.
When will you make me a real soldier, Father?
When you are 5, son, I shall take you to camp with me. And surely enough, on his 5th birthday, Aloysius received a wonderful present from his father. Tomorrow, Aloysius, you shall come with me to fight the Tunisians. So off to fight the Tunisians went Aloysius and his father, at the camp of the Lombardians.
How many are 10,000 soldiers? Oh, Father, does that gun really shoot?
It does. You pour powder into its mouth, then ram it down with a ramrod. The very next day, unknown to the soldiers, Aloysius decided to try the big cannon.
Father didn't tell me not to. I wonder how big a noise this will make.
The enemy is attacking! To arms! Men, to your posts! The results were far more serious than Aloysius had anticipated. Aloysius, frightened almost to death, but still fearless in telling the truth, he approached his father.
I shot off the big cannon, Father, because I wanted to hear a big noise.
I fear, my lord, that if you remain here, you will never grow up to be the next Marquis of Castiglione. A somewhat disappointed little soldier soon found himself back at the Gonzaga castle.
Aloysius, my dear boy, are you hurt?
No, Mother, I just played a good joke on the soldiers. I shot off the biggest cannon.
My lady, his father didn't think it was such a good joke. Aloysius remained at the castle until he was 9 years old. Then he and his younger brother, Rudolfo, were sent to the city of Florence to study court manners at the court of Francesco de' Medici. But Aloysius was more interested in the dog races than in his lessons.
Remember, Aloysius, Father said that you do well in Italian, but you must study court manners more. Never mind that. Are the dog races this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon?
At last, when Aloysius was 12, the day of his first Holy Communion arrived. He received our Blessed Lord from the hands of the Cardinal Archbishop of Milan, who became the great Saint Charles Borromeo. As Aloysius's first communion day drew to a close, Mother, our Lord spoke to me today in Holy Communion. He said he wants me to be a priest. I hope Father won't object.
Nothing, my boy, could please me more. We shall speak to your father in due time.
But in her heart, Donna Marta knew that Ferdinand would oppose violently their son's vocation. I am deeply concerned, my dear, about our Aloysius. The boy has changed so in the past 2 years.
You know, Ferdinand, that Aloysius wants to be a priest. It would be wrong to stand in his way.
Ferdinand simply refused to face the fact that was so distasteful to him, that his oldest son had no desire to succeed him as Marquis of Castiglione. But one day, when Aloysius was 14, matters came to a head. He shall not be a priest. He is my oldest son. He shall be a nobleman, a soldier like myself. Aloysius's father and mother journeyed to Milan to seek counsel with their good friend, Cardinal Borromeo. But Aloysius is the oldest, and not only does he want to be a priest, but a Jesuit. I won't have it. It is unholy and vicious, Ferdinand, to tamper with a vocation. Aloysius belongs first to God. Still determined to have his way, Ferdinand sought the help of his nephew, Scipione Gonzaga, Bishop of Mende, France. He begged the bishop to persuade Aloysius to forget his priestly vocation. I am mad with grief. Aloysius must inherit my title and my lands. As a Jesuit, he can do neither. Ferdinand, the Lord has called Aloysius. You need to expect no blessing on yourself or your family if you interfere with God's plans. 3 years later, Ferdinand finally yielded to God's plans for Aloysius. On November 2nd, 1585, in the presence of representatives of the emperor, 17-year-old Aloysius signed away his right to inherit his father's title and wealth. Rudolfo was to succeed his father as Marquis of Castiglione. Aloysius is indeed difficult to understand. Some folks say that he has lost his mind. God will be pleased with you, Ferdinand, for your sacrifice is great. God bless you. My sons, may you both do his holy will. On November 25th, 1585, Aloysius was received at the Jesuit novitiate in Rome by Father Claudius Aquavita, Father General of the Society of Jesus. Aloysius's words on this occasion are immortal. Why have you chosen the religious life, Aloysius Gonzaga? I am a crooked piece of iron, and I come into religion to be made straight by the hammer of mortification and penance. By the end of the first year, Aloysius had distinguished himself as a brilliant student. Fathers Vasquez and Azor, two of his instructors, feared that he was studying too hard. Aloysius, you have topped your class in philosophy and mathematics, but I fear you may injure your health. You are none too strong, Aloysius. Do take care. A deadly plague struck Rome in 1591. Victims of pestilence fell dying on the streets. Aloysius, another religious of the city, worked tirelessly to attend to the spiritual and temporal wants of the unfortunate. Mary, intercede for us. Jesus, deliver us. Ego te absolvo. The plague invaded the novitiate. Aloysius spent many sleepless nights attending to his stricken brothers. Pray with me, Aloysius. Then, I beg you, get some sleep. On March 3rd, 1591, in his last year of theology and sixth year in the society, Aloysius himself fell victim to the dreaded plague. He foretold his own death. What can I do for you, Aloysius? Pray for me, Father, for I only have until the octave of Corpus Christi to prepare for death. My Lord and my God. At 9 o'clock on the octave of Corpus Christi, June 20th, 1591, Aloysius asked for Holy Communion and extreme unction. His doctor pronounced him better, but 1 hour later he was summoned to Christ his King. He was only 23 years old. St. Aloysius is the universal patron of youth. After his death, Cardinal Bellarmine, his confessor, that never in his life had Aloysius sinned mortally by miraculous grace. He was ever exempt from temptations of impurity. He was beatified in 1621 and canonized in 1726. He is buried in the Church of St. Ignatius in Rome. June 21st is his feast day. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story. I'll be back again with another video in about a week or so. But in the meantime, please check out my page on X, my page on Facebook, and my page on Instagram. Every day I post additional content that you won't find on this YouTube channel. And also, please pray for the church.